we go.
Hello everyone, this is John with Money on the Floor Currency Trader. Right now we're showing off the template. I wanted to give you guys some background on how I trade and what it is I'm looking for. There's quite a few things, it's very elaborate, but yet we keep it very simple. So let's go over the basics. The basics are, this is structure here, this is structure down here. These are the strong structures on the chart. We'll get into that a little bit later. But basically what I'm doing, let's go ahead and go back into the charts. Let's go pick a time later on. Any structured area, because that's what we're looking for. If we were to open up this chart, we were looking for this red dotted line. What that means is this is an area of structure. This structure, I could even draw it on there. It'd be the same thing right here. If I was to draw it without that, it would be right there anyway. So it would be right here. And basically what happens is we've moved up. The candles could not go above those. They came underneath and we left structure. We like to trade leaving structure because that's where the money's at. It's what the banks do. We have consolidation and then the banks run the pair to the other direction. So right now we have a sell trade here, but I would not take it on just the arrow. What I'm looking for is the arrow. We have the trending candles coming down. They're red. Let me zoom in just a little bit so you can see it just a little bit better. Let's see, where were we right here? Bring this down just a little bit. There we go, scrunch it. So we still got the arrow, which tells us to heads up that we have these arrows are momentum and they're also a directional arrow. So they will only go in the trends. So when you see them going back and forth because you're sideways, when you only see them going down, it's because the trend is down. Here we went sideways again, so we trended down, sideways, continued the trend down. So now what we're looking for is structure. We're looking to go away from structure. Anytime the candles go underneath the 50 moving average, which we call the money line, that is a great sell opportunity on this, or if it crosses above is a buy, especially when you have structure on the opposite side of this. So what we're looking for is the candles to go away from structure with an arrow. I would already be buying as soon as I see this red line go red. The candles are red, we're going down. There is one other thing you want to look for, and you want to look for the RSIs to both be red. Now they're both red here, they're going down, it did pull back up. At this point they're both red again, so you can either take it in here or wait till you get underneath the 50 and they're both red here. Now this is a great sell opportunity. I would sell this down, put my stop right above here, or you can put it above structure. The safest is above structure. If you want to be tight, you would put up above the last wick that was right there and then trade it on down. Now, even though you're going sideways, you're getting opposite color candle, we do not exit. The only reason I would exit this trade if we closed above the 50, if the candle closed above the 50 right here. Let me get something here to draw with. So if we're coming down here and the candles came down and they popped up and the next candle started going up, I would close that trade. That would be an automatic close. Remember, we got to stop here or we got to stop here, but as you're coming down, if for some reason he popped up, next candle's going up, you would close the trade. So now that would be for the stop. Now what happens if you let this run? Let's clear this up. So you got it's still moving down, still, we know this is a sideways move right here. So at this point, remember, it could break above, which it did not. And what happens is it moved down. So we had a flag pattern, which is a continuation pattern. We had to move down, same move down. So now we got that going on. Let's clear this up. Bring this back over just so we can see it a little bit more so you can see. Now we're coming down. Where do we get to the opposite arrow with structure right here? This is where you want to exit your trade. Probably right on this arrow right here. I would exit right in here, because this is showing the dotted line, means we have structure. It's possible you blow through this, but the chances are unlikely. So therefore we would exit this time. Now you have this opposite arrow, but we don't know if we have structure here yet. So you would probably wait with that because this could still be consolidation. This could be, which it is consolidation, but we're looking for this to probably go the other way or continue. If it continues, that would be another trade. So this would be one trade coming down here, and that's quite a nice trade. Now you can do this on any time frame. Remember, I like to trade the 15 because the patience I have is about for the 15-minute time frame, but the 1 hour works great too. This could be done in a 1 minute if you are able to deal with the spontaneousness of the 1 minute chart. But everything is exactly the same thing. It's fractal. When something works, it's because it's fractal. If it doesn't work in every time frame, it doesn't work on every pair, then there's a problem. So that's why you want to, whatever system you're using, you want to make sure that it can work on anything. So let's clean this up. Let's go look for another trade real quick. So what happens right away, we got structure here. We already know this. We do have a green arrow, but we're looking for a green candle. We're getting a green candle here, but the RSIs are already at the top. That's not what we want. That means they're going to pull back down, which they did. Now, when they're both down here, that's a prime location. That's definitely something you're looking for, is the RSIs both being green and both being near the bottom. Excuse me, I thought I had my pen. There we go. That right there we're looking for. Now, we're looking for this to be green and green right here. So it is a little bit late. You can, and we don't have an arrow there. So we want everything to be lined up with an arrow. So we do not have a down arrow. We have dots. These are reversal dots. These are good indication that you're going back and forth. We got another arrow here, but it's a red candle. No good. Now we're finally getting something here. We have an arrow here with the reversal dot saying we're trying to go up. We got the RSIs. This arrow and this arrow, the same thing. It's just sometimes the chart might be scrunched or scrunched, or however you want to say it. But it definitely happens. Oh, let me move this out so I can get rid of that. If I pull this down a little bit, because sometimes the charts, oh, you can't see it right now, but sometimes you don't see these arrows, and that's why I have them here. So if you don't see it here, like if this was down lower, that no matter what, you would see it in this window, and that's why they're there. So this is an optimal buy position. Now you could either buy right here, or you can wait for it to go above the 50. Either way. Now if you're going to wait for it to go above the 50, wait for it to pull back. Right there's a good spot to get in, or anytime you want. And you would take this up. Now you're going up, and this line is still green. It's still good, even though it changes colors. No reason to get out. Remember, we're going to get out if we cross the 50, or we get the opposite arrow with structure. Now we don't have the opposite arrow with structure. We got two opposite arrows, but this is just consolidation. It's going sideways, but we did break the 50. Now the question is, we came down with a candle. Do we want to exit there? So let me show you the difference on this. This is a break. The next candle went back up, bounced around, bounced around, bounced around, back up. Okay, it didn't work out. So now I would probably stay in that trade at that point. This one here came underneath, popped around. Now here's the problem. This one broke it right there. So I'd probably exit the trade at this point. Now you would have made money because you would have been in here to there. So you still made money. And then what happens is, or let's say you broke even. Let's just maybe you made no money. You got zero, okay? But it was at least a break-even trade. So now what happens is, let's move this stuff out, clean this up. It's going to go sideways. We got another buy. The arrows, the consolidation is still here. We got another buy arrow. Right here, everything's green, except for these are still moving up. It's a little bit iffy. I'd probably stay away from that. Remember, we want to get them towards the bottom, like down in here. So it's still no trade. Came back down. Now, even though this stopped right here, this does continue. So let's draw this further back just so you can see it. Right to this point, because now we got another prime spot right here. We got an arrow, both are green at the bottom. We're starting to go up right here. So this is a good one here to go. So you're going to get into here. You're going to take a buy position right here. And this works for if you're trading your own money or trading a prop firm. The idea is that you're having a small stop. Small stop. We're controlling risk. If you can't control risk and you don't have good entries, and the other thing is whatever you're losing, you want to have your wins to be larger than your losses. If you do not have your wins larger than your losses, then you need to go over your system and go over the way you're trading and rethink what you're doing, because we need to get in here with this stop and to be able to get 2 to 1. So there's your 2 to 1, no problem. Easy. Came up into here, and we're not just saying we're going to go 2. We'll take whatever it gives us. So sometimes you get 1 to 1 because you have no choice. If the market's time to get out, it's time to get out. So never fear about that. But in reality, we want to at least get 2 to 1. Because if you're not getting 2 to 1, you're not going to be around long enough to trade. Let's clean that up. Let's pull this back over again. Oh, I got to get rid of that pencil. There we go. Okay, here we were. Here we're in this buy trade. Pull this back up. We're going up. Sideways move. We broke it. We didn't go down. We didn't go past this point. Remember, we didn't go past that point. We sideways, we popped back up, went up, came back down, broke it again, did not go past that point, got another arrow, still going up. So it's been fighting it, hasn't quite gone up yet, but we're still trying, we're still holding that trade. And then what happens? Lo and behold, it starts going up, We got other arrows telling us we're going up. Other arrows. And this one here saying we're consolidated again. So here we are having some consolidation. Nothing wrong with that. You just need to understand what it is. You're just not sure which way it wants to go. From here it broke down, hit the 50. It hit here, but it did not go past that area. See, we're okay. Went back up again. Okay. The trade continues on. The journey continues. This is all going through your mind. And then you're going up to this point. We don't have any structure here, so there's no reason to get out yet. Theoretically, there is structure right there, but it's not showing it with the dotted line, so you'd probably want to stay in. And then what happens is we broke it here, and at this point we would exit. The reason why is we went below that spot right there. So we'd be out at this point. Remember, we got in probably over here. Whoa, what happened there? Out of control. There we go. So we got in here and we got out here. So we did make some money. Now, when you get up to a certain amount of money, you might want to exit anyway, whether it's $300, $500, $100, whatever your number is. Probably for me, it's about $1,000. If I can make $1,000 a night, I think that's great. You got one big move up here, one big move up here. If I was in this trade, I'd definitely add to this trade here. That's a whole nother lesson. So you got a buy here, you would add in here, and you sold, and you brought here, I'd exit there. So you didn't make anything on this one here, but you made something on there. You got to break even on this one. But we took a chance of it keep going up. So you still had a winning trade, and that's all that matters. So, and it's 2-to-1 at least, so that's great. And if you follow this through, we're looking for those dotted lines again. Where are they? Right there, okay. Dotted lines, we're looking for a sell trade. We've got one here. Here we go, we got the dot cross. I would probably take this trade right here. Why not? There's no reason not to. As long as all the criteria is there, that's all that matters. And that's the main thing. So let's go through it again. We got the arrow. Get my pen. So we got the arrow. Red candle. We are red cross going down. It's good. So you're going to get in here. Your stop's going to be above here. Probably above this wick here. Or you can put it above that wick. Doesn't matter. Either one. Whatever you feel comfortable with. Now from here it broke. Came down. It did pop up above the 50. And went up above it right there. So I'd probably exit at that point. Didn't make a whole lot, but not too bad. We did have another structure here. That's the other thing I wanted to go over, which I actually missed, is that once you come down in here, this here would be the exit. This arrow with the structure right here is a good exit for here. You would have made more at this point than letting it cross the 50, because this is a new trade. So let's get rid of that. So then you won from here to here. From here you're going up, and this is where the market ended off here. So you get an idea of how this works. So the idea is anytime you take a trade, let's just go over it again, you need to have the arrow. And this is for anybody that's looking to take a prop firm or trading their own money. This is how I trade. This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for these arrows. Now down here, this tells us that the whole momentum is down, is upwards. Is up. This whole one's down. So if you're confused on your trend, you know this is down, this is up. Buy trade, we're going up, here it goes, up we go. Fibonacci says we could probably come up to here, which makes sense because we do have structure at this point. So it's a perfect target to get out. That blue line's a really good spot to get out. Doesn't mean you have to, it's a recommendation. Over here you got your pips that you got, whether you're winning or losing. You got your spread, you got whether it's a strong at the candle, whether it's strong up or strong down. These are the 1 minute, 5 minute, 15, 30 on up. So you can see that it's mostly going up with a 5 minute with a little bit of a pullback. So you got a pullback on the 5, you got some confusion here on the 4 hour. So it tells you what's going on with your trend and obviously the pair you're trading and where you're at. Now I give you all this software if you join the trade room. We trade in the morning, we trade London, and we trade New York. It's $100 for either session. And it's for 3 hours. And what happens is you pay me $100 and I help you make that $100 almost every day. As long as the market's willing. We have to have a movement like this. If we're just going sideways in here, you're not going to make $100. You might still, because what happens is once it's like that, then we're just trading consolidation. So we could probably get something, but no guarantee on $100. But when we got these and we got this, guarantee we can get $100. And that's all you need. If you can get $100 a day, that's your start to be able to get $1,000 a day. And then what we can do is we can teach you how to have multiple accounts. So if you're trading your own money or trading prop firms, you have multiple prop firms, or you have multiple accounts. Take one trade, use a trade copier. Now if you make a $500 or $100, you do that through 3 other accounts, and that just tripled your money. 5 accounts, 5 times your money. So imagine making $1,000 a day and you had 5 accounts. $100 a day, 5 accounts. So if money will change your life, which I know it will, it changed mine. This will help you. I can help you. And this is how it all works. So any other questions, please get a hold of me. My email is down below. We have a website that's going to be opening up soon. It's not open yet. Right now it's still closed. I'm just waiting for them to transfer the web address, and then I can use the other one. I went from web.com to Wix, and I didn't know that there was such a hold up on moving my site. So it seems to be complicated with these people. But trading is not complicated if you follow the system, if you stick to the rules, and if you're in the trade room, we can trade it together, and that's what's awesome. All right, everybody, thank you for being here. Let's make money in the markets. We will talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.